That's what people say.
Welcome back, everyone, to Third Street Reactions. I'm Zach.
Shane.
We're back with Ahsoka, Season 1, Episode 7.
We got introduced to the great Thrawn, and I thought, Lars Mikkelsen, he had a great delivery, great voice. I know there's a lot of comments on that comment on the belly, but I still love the character and the portrayal.
I will say this out loud, and I was not an open critic of I didn't go right for it. I don't like the belly either.
Yeah.
But I know the man's old.
Yeah.
I know he's reprising a role, which I think Disney dropped the fucking ball with Jason Isaacs with the Inquisitor, the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah.
So they already fucked that up. So they brought the guy on board. Kudos to them.
Filoni's like, we gotta get him. Get to do this again.
So I'm glad they pulled him on.
Yeah.
Gut notwithstanding, he did a good job. So
and legitimately said really cool things. Yeah. I didn't have any complaints. In fact, I've been talking to people how much I love the shell people. Like
the crabs.
The crab people. Like I said Ninja Turtles, but you're right, they're not reptilian looking.
Yeah, hermit crab people.
Yeah, I thought, to me, like, episode 4 is the big one, but that was just always delightful to see those kind of things. Like the puppets and seeing all these new creatures in Star Wars is some of my favorite stuff. And then we saw, and I know you don't know a lot about him, but Ezra. Just a protagonist from Rebels. He's a great character. He has a great journey. And then, as you can kind of surmise, he basically sacrificed. Well, he's still alive, but he basically is responsible for Thrawn being here.
Yeah.
With the process he used with the Force / the whales. And he's been in exile too, And
we also know that Thrawn's willing to cut his losses and run in terms of Balin and his apprentice. And Balin and his apprentice have gone off on their own side quest. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess it's not really their side quest; it's their primary quest.
Yeah, it's definitely Balin's primary quest. Yeah. And so Thrawn was willing, we'll send him 2 platoons, but he wasn't going to send more.
Yeah, because if it would have dwindled.
Yeah, if it would have risked the mission, and he did say that our forces have dwindled. Since and it's like maybe Balin was saying maybe they're trying to get away from this place.
I have to wonder if he's the only one left living, because Enoch. Yeah. And the rest of the stormtroopers and the battered state of their armor. Yeah. And his altered state and his voice. Yeah. I have to wonder if they're kind of like that one dude that was hanging out with Balin. I can't remember his name, but he had the fucking medieval looking helmet. And
yeah, people were. I didn't know this, but people were saying, "Oh, I really thought he was gonna be Ezra." I would have hated that.
Yeah, but when he died, he kind of dissipated, kind of.
It's like the Night Sister magic.
Yeah. So
I think that's. I'm wondering the same thing. The only thing I'm wondering is there's also coffins that they're transporting. Is there?
Yeah, so maybe they're hauling more.
Okay.
Or more of his dead troops. I don't know. Or more things that they've had there.
Yeah.
The ancient death of Miriam, the sisters or something. But
that'd be pretty good.
But the 3 that were there, the witches.
Imagine Thrawn bringing them back to the New Republic. This huge undead army.
Yeah, that'd be kind of a cool twist.
That'd be something that
because we never than just okay, here's more stormtroopers.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Well, it's something that we don't see in Star Wars. I know there's Death Troopers, the novel. I know there is, I know in the Clone Wars we had a couple episodes where they did that with the Geonosians. They were great, but it's not something we get a lot. So I think that'd be cool.
Well, you also had it on when Grievous invaded.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That they had resurrected that army of the Dead Sisters.
I forgot. That was a great arc. And that's, super important for the Jedi Fallen Order games, because you go back to Dathomir. It's there's one girl, that Russian chick who's playing one of the survivors, and it's like this legendary thing that happened now. It's like this massacre of her people. Okay. It's just that 2-episode arc, and it was really cool. Yeah. Guys, before we jump in, if you want to support us, you can check out the full length on our Patreon. Also, make sure you stick around for the post talk.
For the Q&A.
Yeah, we're doing a Q&A, and we appreciate everyone who leaves a comment, asks questions. It actually helps the conversation. Let's jump in.
This is a government, and it has rules and laws which general.
Shut your damn.
That's what I'm saying, man. We had the one Asian guy being a shithead up there.
Our job is to protect the people of
My people were
poorly represented.
That's what I'm saying. We're not like that.
And you protected the New Republic by ignoring direct orders.
No, I protected the New Republic by ignoring you.
Jedi. False Jedi. Star Whales. Distant galaxies. Are we to believe any of it? Imperial remnant. Such a sensational term. I see a general who abuses her authority for personal gain.
Hey.
Anthony Dane. Court-martial her.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Senator Organa has become aware of an unfortunate situation and wishes to present this data transcript, which she hopes may resolve the matter.
This is preposterous. The court cannot admit evidence of this kind from a mere droid.
What? Yes, well, Senator Organa is willing to overlook this misstep.
That seems to settle the matter. Unless you remain unsatisfied, Senator Siena?
Defeat.
No.
That was a good moment.
Yeah, it was. That was cool.
That's some classic Star Wars right there.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Like someone pulling through for somebody. And...
How real is the threat of Thrawn's return? We have to prepare for the worst. And hope for the best.
Okay. What does that mean?
Yeah. I mean, obviously you should do that, but
I know, but it's just like...
she didn't need to say that second part.
Yeah, it's like dreams and madness.
Yeah.
Anakin.
Oh.
General Grievous, Sarge Ventress, even Count Dooku. You could face any one of them on the battlefield. It's my responsibility to prepare you. So practice these forms often. Or at least more than I do. I know you can do this, Ahsoka.
This was his last one.
Very thoughtful. I never realized.
He was a good master.
Did you need something?
Look at all those little remote droids. It's kind of cool.
I like it.
Look at all those. Yeah.
Lightsabers and shit. Look at the little bats he had.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think the odds are pretty good.
No, in fact, they're terrible. Astronomically terrible.
Well, you should have said something.
I did, but you never... The worst part is, I hope you are right.
Let's get out there.
Perhaps we are safer in here.
That's pretty cool. Mines.
Yeah. Oh, damn, dude.
A lot of mines.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Deep sea mines.
Head towards the planet. The field eventually terminates.
Think how big space is. You'd need a lot.
Well, it says just
Whales are providing some cover.
the point where the whales are coming out of hyperspace.
Oh,
So
yeah.
We are almost through.
you can see Disney investing in a ride with him in it.
I would like it. Yeah.
Well, we found the
As long as it
enemy.
was a roller coaster. A lot of classic children.
Boneyard.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Balls! Dude.
Here's everything the Inquisitorial database had on her.
Her master was General Anakin Skywalker. Withdraw the fighters and have them stand by.
We shall lose them in the debris field.
You're quite right, of course. Jedi are very good at hiding. They've been practicing that for years. However, if she's anything like her master, she'll be unpredictable and quite dangerous. Which is why we must control all variables. Put her on a path of her own choosing, so that no matter which direction she takes, we'll always be one step ahead of her.
I wonder how that works. I think they're close enough to the planet that they would be in orbit around the planet at all times.
Yeah.
Which means they would always be moving the same way.
Yeah.
Unless they're interrupted.
I do not.
You show
Little
vehicles.
caravan.
That's probably the houses.
Yep.
It's like a trailer.
Bunch of RVs.
Like an RV, yeah.
The Empire was defeated.
Battle of Endor.
The Emperor died.
That's what people say.
did you?
What?
Find me. You never said.
It's complicated.
Your usual level or worse? Well, we could talk about something else, I guess.
Yeah, I'd be like, fuck that, I got questions. How do we get out of here? Where's everyone?
No. Getting home is kind of important.
Ahsoka took me on as her apprentice.
She what? Why? I mean, makes sense, of course. You trained a little before, back when I was first learning.
I remember.
Yeah, so where is Ahsoka? Is she coming? That's complicated.
I could not accept that.
Yeah. Okay.
I know they got to do these in shows, but I'm telling you,
We're
I always think about what I would say.
We're just gonna live here with the crab people.
Yeah. I'd be like really impatient. Hey, listen, I'm fucking here for 10 years.
Yeah.
Save the galaxy from Thrawn. Give me something.
Stuck in some alien galaxy.
Yeah. These shell people, I like these shell people. I need a bath.
I need out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great mothers, I'm in need of your assistance.
Them walking up there now, I can't unsee it. Someone compared them to the witches in fucking Hocus Pocus, the Sanderson sisters. And now I can't get it out of my head.
We don't need a scan. There's another way.
Do you think your bond is that strong?
Oh, Vader, Luke. The Force FaceTime thing that they did in Empire.
Son.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Ahsoka.
So what the fuck?
I see her. The Jedi is there.
I don't know. Feeling
What kind?
familiar.
Like Leia. She's got an incredibly beautiful face, hasn't she? Even with all the fucking Ahsoka makeup.
Oh yeah.
Friends of yours?
His eyes.
He's got an intense look, doesn't he?
Then take your place in the coming empire.
You won't help?
Your ambition drives you in one direction. My path lies in another.
No, don't split up.
Impatience for victory will guarantee defeat.
We don't split up for good.
Think they might. He said take your place in the coming empire.
I know, but like, I hope the story brings them back together somehow.
If Lord Balin proves capable, we may yet win the day.
Qualifier being Balin.
Yeah, he's leaving.
Yeah. They always do a good job, even Rebels, of not making Thrawn look bad. It's
Yeah.
like if everything happened the way it should have.
Yeah. Best laid plans of mice and men are often led astray, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face, Shane.
You're right. Yeah.
Was it Mike Tyson that said
Yep. I'm glad you didn't fall down.
I know.
Like a story. Ah!
It is, from what I've read, extremely difficult to be a mounted shot, to maintain accuracy.
I think I remember. Oh, yeah. That was a violent move.
I'll just think it works.
Those things look like the things from Willow, which were inspired from the things of Lord of the Rings.
The wargs?
Yeah.
They're circling the wagons.
Oh, that's something that happens in westerns, isn't it?
Get inside. I'll handle it.
Tell them twice.
Yeah. That's cool. It makes sense that they would be like that. If they didn't have weapons, they'd be really good at defense. Huh.
Lock the door. We'll be fine. Go.
Love puppets, dude.
We cannot land while under attack. Standard Jedi mission protocol states.
Won't need to land.
Oh, not this again.
Just this again.
Just remember what happened last time.
You got the timing wrong?
And didn't I feel terrible?
No!
That's like episode 1.
This is a surprise. Can't allow you to interfere.
Cool stance.
Yeah. I don't think she can get beat twice in a row.
No, I don't see it happening. I'd be surprised if he died.
Yeah,
because
hope he doesn't die.
He didn't see any part of his journey.
Yeah,
what he was
he
after.
can't die. Something's gonna happen, interrupting or something.
It's your lightsaber, take it.
You keep it.
What?
I don't need it. Besides, gave it to you. It's yours now.
At least take a blaster.
The Force is my ally. That's all I need.
That's how he's exacting the show. Looks a little more determined in this fight. Man, that's a great head of hair. You don't want fat fuck.
There's a cool effect on the saber. You can do Obi-Wan every time they fight.
Yeah.
Can't defeat me.
Perhaps. I don't have to.
Damn it.
Oh, damn.
That was my horse. Dog.
He just always lingers on him in a way that makes him so cool.
We have them.
Our side is short one mercenary. Where's Balin gone?
Oh, she needs to use that more. Doesn't want to run out of gasoline, I guess. Butane.
Butane. Damn it, Bobby.
Oh,
that his eyes.
Dude, I love that dog thing with him.
Destroy them.
We could talk. Or we could just... Don't you want to take us as prisoners? As prisoners? Or...
Fire!
Unless you have any match for her. Thank God it always hits her in the Mandalorian armor. It's cool that she blocked it.
I know.
These are unfortunate, but acceptable losses given the absence of Lord Balin.
I see only our enemies reunited.
With our enemy distracted, the cargo transfer is now almost complete, which means we shall soon leave this forsaken place.
Forsaken.
Palpatine has lost the one thing she could not afford to lose today. Time.
Surrender your weapon. I can help you.
He needs Zeb here. He's a great character. I just don't... He wouldn't look good practically. I don't think.
We had him CGI, right? Mandalorian.
Yeah, he looked good. I mean, I feel like these people would eat your ass sometimes, you know?
I think I might be going home after all.
I think I'm staying here. Got a good thing going.
They... Without the Star Whales, though, like...
Yeah, I know how they fucking get once they get back to the goddamn Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
Or not the Star Destroyer, but the fucking ring.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sure we want to talk about it a little deeper, but you want to do the Q&A first?
Sure.
All right. Diamond Fire says, Ezra is uncannily similar to the animated version. It's genuinely crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I actually heard at first that the kid who was in the live-action Aladdin was going to do it, and I was very excited because I loved that Aladdin.
Mm-hmm.
But they opted for someone else, and I think he's great. I mean, obviously he's got contacts because people don't have eyes that look like that.
No.
But he looks like him and he sounds like him. Yeah.
Well, I have no qualms with their casting choice because I didn't like the live-action Aladdin, so...
Yeah. No, yeah, I hear you.
That's it.
But no, I agree. I thought he was great, and he...
I didn't watch the animated series.
Yeah.
I watched a few episodes of it, so I can't really judge. So, question 1 is a two-parter. Do you like the decision to have Ezra not use his lightsaber? Question 2, do you think Shin Hati will turn good next episode or ever?
Who said it?
That is all. I'm sorry. Shoelace Ace, 7661.
Will Ace.
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
Shoelace Ace.
Shoelace Ace. No, I feel like I'd have to be very good at poker to have a name like that. I couldn't just be some guy.
Ace.
You can call me Shoelace Ace. Shoelace
Reminds me of snakes. Snakes.
Ace.
I don't know no snakes.
I don't know no Ace. Yeah. What do you think, Zach? I guess.
Well, I would have preferred a nice lightsaber duel because I feel like in these episodes they weren't as strong as previous episodes.
They weren't as strong.
Balin's and Ahsoka's was okay.
Yeah.
I was not engaged enough by it to sit there and pay attention to the many of the moves. I just wasn't really drawn in by it. It kind of seemed like it was just okay. Well, you already have a reasonable assumption on who's going to win or what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I can't see him dying because he's got this mission that's kind of shrouded in secrecy.
Yeah.
That you kind of want to see. It's kind of the spirit of what's going on in Star Wars, and he's kind of tapping into that. And if they just killed him off now, it'd be okay. So that was a nice thought, but we're not getting it.
I say this with respect to the actor who passed away. It's unfortunately looking like I don't think they can close that story up in one episode, which is.
I know it's unfortunate. In light of what happened, you want to wish that his story was finished, and we had it finished. Question 2: we think Shin Hati will turn good next episode or ever? I don't know about next episode. I feel that she needs some time.
I feel like she needs time. Like maybe she needs like an Asajj Ventress type.
Yeah.
Like maybe she feels like Balin
left her.
I don't. It just wasn't a stark leave. It was like go do this. You obviously have ambition. My path takes me here. It wasn't like Dooku trying to kill Ventress, you know?
Yeah, and the thing with him is we weren't really given a very strong bond between the two of them to make me feel like, oh my god, she's been abandoned. It's more like along the lines of, okay, these people are questionable, and he questionably leaves her, and she wants to know why, but she can't understand why, and because it feels like she doesn't really know him that well.
Yeah.
So I think that she would turn at least, I wouldn't say good, but...
Yeah, because like
I could see her being redeemed.
I can see her being redeemed because they're not evil. I mean, I guess by the modern sensibilities, like they kill people. So yeah.
But that doesn't stop some people.
Yeah, in terms of Star Wars, like they're not the Sith. You know.
No, they're not the Sith.
Like,
they don't have a strict adherence to.
Yeah,
just
Dave Filoni said there's a reason why they're not red. They have orange.
Yeah.
Which I actually like the color orange. It's a unique look for a lightsaber, though. I have to admit.
It is. It's kind of it's not even a dull red. It's just.
Yeah.
It's something about it is off, but it looks good, and I like it.
So I pretty much agree with you. Like for me, question 1, it was weird for me. But I can imagine Ezra going, "No, I gave it to you." Like this is kind of stuff how he is. But like I feel like we need to see him eventually wield a saber and be. I don't want to be terrible at it, but I want it to be a good moment. Yeah, I think if he just didn't use it and just was force pushing people the whole. If this goes on for 3 seasons and I can't have that.
I didn't think it looked very good. I mean, on my honest opinion, this episode, it wasn't the strongest episode I've seen thus far in the season.
Yeah,
but
the previous 2 were stronger.
Yeah.
It was good, but it was like a...
Yeah, and I liked Thrawn's moments in this episode.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. And I genuinely like the reunion. Like I felt really good when Ahsoka gave Ezra a hug. I have to say, Ezra, I think he's written well. He's funny. Like, I mean, I imagine Episode 4 Han Solo saying some of that stuff. Wait, take his prisoners. And, you know, and she just like kill them. Darth Gallet 5104. He actually he's a longtime sub. So, how you doing, man? My question: do you think Thrawn will make it back to our galaxy? Do you think Ezra and the other heroes will get back as well? With no mention of them in the sequel trilogy, makes you wonder if they either get trapped in the other galaxy or possibly die. Y'all keep up the great work. Yeah, I definitely think Thrawn will get back. And it's a shame that as you get older, because you understand story structure a little better, there are clear, like, determined paths. It's like, if it doesn't do this, then it better do something else that's so good and so crazy. You know what I mean? Because if it doesn't do...
Well, you're right. So, I mean, like I said, that's why I've brought it up time and again, that Westworld subverted me.
Yeah.
Like, because for one, I guess I did not know what to expect.
Yeah.
And to begin with, but it didn't follow a linear storyline.
It's like a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
Yeah.
You know, as you get older, like, I saw this thing, like, all these movie critics... What's his name? Siskel, like Roger Ebert. Yeah. Him and, like, there's like 4 or 5 other ones. If you look at the decades, everything that they've done, slowly, like, the ratings get lower and lower. And just because, like, which is weird, because, like, as a critic, you know, if you take in everything you've seen, then that could go into it sometimes. So sometimes things might not get as fair of a shake if your critic is older. Jaded and older and everything else, you know?
I feel that Thrawn is going to come back. I think that it's reasonable to expect him to be the next major villain in a feature film.
Yeah, because Hera's like, you know...
prepare for the worst, and it's like, okay, he just doesn't
don't come back, and then, like, the movie is just Din Djarin and Grogu and doing something, helping Luke.
He gets stuck in fucking hyperspace or something, like...
Yeah.
I don't see that. I see him making it back and being a legitimate threat.
Yeah. Do you think Ezra, any other heroes get back? Yes, I do. Eventually, I don't know if they'll get back. And I definitely don't think they're going to get stuck or killed.
What's the thing? I don't see them. I don't see them giving a lot of screen time to them using the hyperspace whales again.
Yeah.
What I think is they're going to somehow make it on board Thrawn's. The Chimera, or that big ass fucking hyperspace ring thing they got going on.
Yeah.
I don't see them using the whales again, and if they do, I don't see them spending a lot of time. Like, oh, we got to get in there and
because the novelty
we'll talk to the whales and we'll have them open their mouths. Like, it's already been done. Yeah,
the novelty, the spiritual thing of it.
If anything, the fucking whale's gonna show up sometime when Thrawn's already back, and they're gonna. Whoa.
He's gonna take him somewhere else again.
Ace 360.
Charlie, actually.
Yep. Yeah. Amazing episode. And do you both have a favorite Thrawn moment in the books, Legends, or Canon trilogy? Either one. Stay awesome, Shane and Zach. Welcome.
I don't really know a lot about the original EU books other than like that first one, kind of. And I admit, I kind of like Zach. A lot of the cool stuff about Thrawn is stuff I heard secondhand, like from Eric and stuff like that. And Gus actually read the trilogy, and he really loved it.
Okay.
But
so I know how Thrawn dies, at least in the old canon.
Okay. I don't even know
that.
But
I don't, because I got that in a comic book.
Okay.
I think I bought a figure, and it came with the little Salamir lizard thing that creates this little bubble that the Force can't penetrate.
Yeah.
And it's like a natural defense against predators or some shit. Because the predators on this planet use the Force or something.
Yeah.
But, it's just... His bodyguard, his personal bodyguard, is this little fucking... It's this little goblin man.
Okay. And
they're supposed to be renowned fighters and shit. Well, that little thing finds out that the Empire destroyed his fucking planet. And, like, polluted his people, the planet itself, and killed all these people. So he fucking kills Thrawn in retaliation.
Really?
Turns against him and kills him. Kind of like a Roman emperor type deal.
Remind me of an extreme version of Dobby and Jason Isaacs.
Yeah. A free elf now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's my favorite one. Thus far... I didn't have any exposure to him in Rebels, so what I've got is what I'm seeing here. I don't know. So far, there's not been a moment where it's like, that is fucking badass. He's just cool.
He hasn't had,
he's calm, cool, collected.
No, I agree. He hasn't had like the Stellan Skarsgård moment with the speech, which to me, I thought he was cool.
Well, right now it's kind of like Tarkin, where Tarkin didn't have that one moment where like, whoa, he's so fucking cool. He's just this good villain.
Yeah.
Just delivering a calm, cool approach.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's solid. I like the solid. He doesn't have to be a Build a Butcher.
Yeah.
You know, he's not fucking going to be a Vader status villain.
No.
He's just not going to be that iconic, but he's still cool.
And if he doesn't have that moment, but he stays solid. I'm happy with that. But I do, and I think you do too. Hope he has like a speech that Stellan Skarsgård, that whatever his name was in Andor.
Just
Luthen.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, obviously that's like the coolest speech in all 9 movies and all shows. I don't know if I can expect something that good, but
yeah, because he's not like a fucking character like Saw Gerrera is. Where he's like this crazy fucking guy.
Yeah, Saw is like it's a character performance.
Yeah, and you're getting those moments like, oh man, it's cool because it's him.
Yeah,
he's just this guy. He's got blue skin, red eyes.
Yeah, and he's a mastermind.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a tactical genius and strategic genius, and he's just coldly calculating everything. And thus far, he doesn't have like a brilliant stroke.
Yeah, he has a brilliant stroke, but
that's what I'm expecting to see what happen with him.
And Rebels, yeah, it's kind of like
because Tarkin had those moments where he's like, you may fire when ready, Commando, or when he fucking blew up on Rogue One.
Yeah.
When he blew up that fucking
fire when ready. Yeah.
And just he had those cool moments.
We do need we need that from him.
That one line he did deliver when he's talking about destroying the whales.
Yeah.
That was a good delivery.
I think I think a couple years from now we'll be like. Yeah. The more I'm watching Thrawn, like when you start to see his expressions, like of slight amusement and slight disappointment, it's always cool to see the nuance of it, because he won't wear his emotions like on his wrist boldly.
Yeah, it's usually in his mouth that you see them.
Yeah, when he does his things with his eyes. King Griffin Hammer, no questions, just love your content. We appreciate you.
All right, Matthew Cronin 2325. What are the chances that we will get a scene between Luke, Ezra, and Ahsoka all together?
When I'm thinking about the movie, and we've watched a lot of Star Wars, and more importantly we watched a lot of TV. Like I think Thrawn's gonna come back. He's gonna be like the big threat, and Luke needs to be in that fight. Now
I don't know if it's legitimate or not, but is Sebastian Stan being cast as Luke? Or is that just like a fan casting, like fucking people?
See, it was a fan cast, but so was Ahsoka.
Yeah.
She was a fan cast, like Rosario Dawson.
Well, I can see him being.
Yeah, and then he was like, "I'd do it," and Mark Hamill was like, "Get this man in him." Like, he's like, "I'm getting old. I don't need to be in everything." In some way, Luke needs to be part of that battle, and I think it would be hard to. I mean, I don't think they're going to make the mistake of the sequel trilogy and not put our heroes all together in one room at least once. Yeah. You know what I mean? So. Up front buckle 0491. What is Shin going to do now? That's a good question. I mean, she could. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I see her going back with the Empire, like just going to Thrawn. Like we'll just see her arrive there.
We could see her arrive there. We could see her stow away on the vessel too.
Yeah.
We could see her look for Balin, but I don't see that happening.
I don't see it happening either.
Parting.
Yeah, I just don't see enough time in the story to like see her personal mission as well as.
There's 8 episodes in this? Or 10?
There's 8.
So there's 1 left.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't see that happening.
If we had a few more episodes, I would say we might have like a little segment with her. I just don't see it now that. I mean, we do have all our heroes in one place now, but it just I think now that we have all of them together and we have Balin doing his thing, and then we have Thrawn like being like the big threat. I don't think we can have a 4th branching storyline. No. Maybe in a book, but no.
Well, I see her. She's not going to be overshadowed forever.
Yeah.
By everyone else. But I see her having something. But right now, it's too early on in her heartbreak and loss, you might say, or separation from Balin and her loss to her enemies. She might just return back with when the other troops arrive.
Yeah.
And just go back with them. You're right. Mentviltralness. Okay.
No numbers though. That's a unique.
Yeah, there you go. Who do you think is calling out to Balin? I don't know enough about Star Wars lore to make this call. He did say he wants to pretty much strike at the heart of what is causing the cycle, the loop in their galaxy, to continue.
Yeah.
Whereas the light and the dark constantly, like one rises, one destroys.
Yeah.
So what could have any agency in that?
There was a the Mortis trilogy. There was a EU comic that people really liked, and there was like a mother, and she was like an evil. She was like a bad guy.
Yeah. Well, we discussed this when Matt. No, was it Tom that was here for the Mortis trilogy?
No, it was Huckleberry. Yeah, he was actually the one who said it. He actually knew a little more about it than me. I can't remember because I didn't read the comic. I mean, I don't know if it has anything to do with Balin, but I imagine that they wanted to bring her in canon. I mean, she's an idea. There's something that happens in Rebels that is one of the coolest things. in terms of, like, when we talk about the Journal of the Wills and all that stuff, like, you see something that is within that vein that I don't want to spoil for you because I do want you to see it fresh. There's a character that we're introduced to that is, like, one of those super ultra powerful outside of this reality type thing, you know what I mean?
Okay.
It could be that. C14, TP Gaming Channel 913 says, D. Bradley Baker versus Tamir Morrison. Who should have played live action Rex? For me personally, Morrison is great, but he doesn't feel like Captain Rex to me in the episode Claptrap. Is Claptrap? Is that hyphen Claptrap or Jeanette?
Was it the name?
I don't think there's an episode Claptrap.
Maybe that's what they refer to themselves.
Sounds like a girl who set you up for AIDS.
That's what I was wondering. They get you the clap.
It's the Claptrap. Like set you up with chlamydia.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading here.
Yeah.
But all right.
You see you see like a watermelon on the wall, just sitting there. You know, and maybe you're tempted. You know what I mean? To me, I'm gonna say, hands down, Tamir Morrison.
Yeah, me too.
But it's valid. I mean, D. Bradley Baker was great as Rex, the Rex character.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the voice, I get it. If you've grew up on the Clone Wars, we had Django.
Yeah, we had Django
in theaters.
In 3. Yeah, he's in 3 as well.
Yeah, so we had that going. That's where our hearts are.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing I could have seen them, I guess, to maybe please both fans, what I think would be cool is if it was D. Bradley Baker's voice with his helmet on, he'd take it off, and because people think, shit, it's Clone Wars. I guess they couldn't get Tamir, and then he takes it off.
Then he talks normally.
Yeah, and he talks, and you hear
the helmet's actually changing the voice.
Yeah, so I can see that maybe have worked.
Yeah.
But they opted just not to show us a face because they couldn't get him on location for some reason. Anyways, so I think we got to talk about it quite a bit. But any real quick thoughts on your own or things that stood out to you?
No, like I said, I think this episode was, in terms of the average we're given on the rest of the series thus far, I think it's below average a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that it was just kind of a bridge.
Yeah, I agree. It was
a bridge between the kind of the major moments where they made it to the other galaxy, revealed Thrawn, to where the season ends.
Yeah,
and that's all it was.
Yeah, and I agree. The lightsaber fights. I mean, I'll tell you what, the first couple weren't that good.
They weren't, and then the next set were good.
They were good.
And then this set was just I was not engaged. I know that there were some decent moves there.
Yeah,
for me personally, it just wasn't anything that's like, man, I got to see what's going on. Nothing was done that made me wonder how they did it. It didn't have me wanting to replicate any moves or argue about anything like we argued. Substantially.
Which made episode 4 or 5 late, by the way. One thing we didn't really talk about was the...
C-3PO.
Yeah.
Anthony Daniels.
That was a good moment. Like you said, I think you said that was just... It felt like Star Wars. Yeah. When I was watching it, I kept thinking incorrectly it should have been in like the Senate chambers, but that would have not worked. I mean, not because of budget, but probably because of budget. But it's because it's supposed to be a small committee of the leaders.
Yeah.
It's like a little courtyard.
Yeah, it's not like the whole Senate sitting there saying, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I really like that stuff quite a bit. It was.
They may not have a Senate building anymore.
They might not. Yeah.
After the Emperor dissolved it in episode 4.
Yeah, you might just tear
it down.
Yeah.
Tear it down. It spoils my view.
Yeah. Well, do you think they'd still use it for like? No.
To remember.
Yeah.
Kind of how he set up his fucking palace in the Jedi Temple.
Yeah. It's funny how he does stuff like
mockery.
That. Yeah. And but no, I like that stuff. I like how...
He had a chamber down below it too, though, didn't he? That had...
Yeah, so his...
It was kind of his little tap point where he taps into the dark side. And...
Yeah, so I'm pretty maybe I'm wrong. So when they first are fighting, they are in his office. Mm-hmm. And that might be just direct. I think because they...
Well, it raises up into the Senate chamber.
Yeah.
And,
so,
But I'm saying, though, that palace... Well, that's at the fucking Senate building anyway. I'm talking about the Jedi...
Oh, at
the Jedi Temple. Yeah. Because after he sets up his palace, I thought he has a place down underneath of it where he kind of goes...
In canon, he does. I'm not sure where it is, because we know...
It may not be there. I don't know.
Yeah, we
have
do...
to assume it because he just stays there all the time. He never goes out and goes...
Yeah.
Like after a while, he stops going out very much.
Yeah, because he's just pretty much trying to find immortality.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, in the old canon, I'm pretty sure in the new canon, he had a place in Revenge that during the Clone Wars that he used. Mm-hmm. And in the new canon, I'm almost certain he does have one in his actual palace.
Yeah.
No. I did like the moment where Ahsoka is calling out to Sabine.
Yeah.
and he was obviously trying to pull on the episode 5 heartstrings, and I was just trying not to get a boner when she was looking in my eyes, personally.
It was cool to see that the great, they call them the Great Mothers.
Yeah.
The Great Mothers, when they pinpointed her location, like it cut through and had that moment with them, and all of a sudden it showed her.
It was like you heard like that.
Yeah.
That, like the sucking the kind of the air out.
Yeah.
Scene. It's almost like she intercepted the force time call.
Mm-hmm.
Also, a very cool moment. Not trying to overshadow his previous moments, but the recordings of Anakin during the Clone Wars, her like using that to train.
Yeah.
And Anakin Hayden saying Ventress.
Yeah.
You know, which we haven't had that moment. I mean, to me, it is. I feel like the seamless of Clone Wars, and now we're here. So I feel, to me, they are the characters, but obviously live action, there's something special about it because that's Star Wars at first for many years was live action.
I think it's unfortunate is that cartoon dimensions are off, and they make Anakin's shoulders seem much broader.
Yeah, and his waist is very narrow.
And you see him in the armor now, and it's kind of just.
Anyways, and also it doesn't mean a lot to you because you haven't watched Rebels, but they nailed Ezra. I don't think he's going to be a character that you're going to just adore, but they nailed him. I like the actor, and I think the dialogue was legitimately funny. Mm. It felt like very Han Solo-ish, But I'll reiterate, I do need him to have a saber at some point.
Yeah.
But I think the way this is going to end is we're going to get back to the galaxy.
Yeah,
and hopefully have a big moment. Maybe not with Thrawn, but
and they'd have a setup. But it'll probably just be kind of a setup. Like they all make it back, and they're all making their preparations.
And like they're coming in on the galaxy, and all that fucking Asian guy, Yeah, he's like, oh goddamn, I was wrong. And
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there thinking they should just got a Filipino Asian, no, whatever he is. Yeah. Anyways, I think that's it. Good episode, not my favorite, but individually little bits and pieces that were pretty cool.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, we're out of here.